My name is Ella Gibson and I am from Christchurch, New Zealand.
And my name's Maia and I'm from Auckland, New Zealand. And at the moment we're both living in a town called Villa Allende in Cordoba, Argentina as volunteers. There's a big bug!
Oh my gosh, a big bug.
She's gone.
She's gone. There's a lot of big bugs here.
Okay. The place that we're working at is called Hogar Padre Luchesse and it's part of the Casa Betel, House of God organisation, and we've been working in a section of this organisation called Casa Cinco where we work with severely disabled adults who are mostly all in wheelchairs and can't look after themselves.
So far we've been here for 2 months. It's come with its challenges, but ultimately being here and seeing life through another perspective has just been like amazing.
Incredible. We've been very, very lucky in our upbringing, very affluent, definitely like never worried about money. We know how blessed we are about that, and it's just such a humbling experience. So what do we do at our job?
We work from Monday to Friday. From 9 o'clock we are working, we are cutting vegetables, we are squeezing oranges for the juice, for the chicos.
They call the disabled people the chicos because it's like a really nice way of describing who you're talking about without being rude or like demeaning to who they are.
When I am speaking in English I say chico, the heaviest New Zealand accent possible.
In English, yes.
So we prepare food. After that,
we wash the dishes,
mop the floors, change the beds, hang up the clothes. Whatever domestic chore needs to be done, we will attend to that with our co-workers.
Sometimes there's some interesting cleaning to do, cleaning some poop off the floor or changing some wet pants.
Then it comes to lunchtime, we spoon feed the chicos.
A few of them can eat on their own, but most of them can't. And that's definitely one of the most beautiful parts of the day because they don't have much to do. The reality of their lives is that it's just in this one building. Sometimes they get wheeled outside just to look at the sky. There's a old beat up TV that plays the news all day long, but other than that they really don't have much that they can do in life. So us feeding them and the other staff of course and interacting with them, talking to them, and they sometimes when they really love the meal they're so happy. One of our favourites, his name's Julio, whenever we walk into the room he just gets so excited and starts laughing and he goes like hello, hello, kisses, and he'll go like across the room from us. Besos. And it's just besos.
This foundation was built by a man called Padre Luchesse.
Father Luchesse, he was a Catholic priest.
He came and built all these different houses based in the town of Villa Allende.
Originally they were built to be an orphanage and the orphanage is still there. It's the house next to the house we live in. But people started abandoning babies at the hospital when they were slightly disabled and they would be brought to the home. At the outset the foundation here wasn't intended for disabled people. The whole thing has such a heart. They wouldn't give up on these babies. So they built the house to home them and then everyone there, that's where they came from, being abandoned. The hardships that people face in this country and where most of these babies came from the countryside, the families there's no way that they could comprehend how to look after a baby, most of all, let alone a disabled baby. And they've got no access to ways to provide for them, so they have to give them up. They've been telling us, some of the friends that we've made here that work in the organisation, about the hardships that the financial crisis has been giving them at the moment. So
currently Argentina is in a state of economical crisis. The inflation here, 15 Argentine pesos at the start of the year equaled $1. Now that is up to 35 Argentinian pesos equals $1. Every day it changes. The economy is so unstable here.
We've heard stories here about people that want to get their hands on United States dollars so that they can just physically get the notes and hide them under their bed so that as the economy crashes more and more they can retain the value of their money because their money 2 years ago is worth half what it is now. The way that the place runs, the organisation runs, is all on donations. If they don't get donated bread, they don't have anything to eat. They don't get donated money to buy medications, they don't have medications. And I actually learnt after a really kind of heartbreaking experience. We were on watch duty looking after the chicos and we hear just this smacking in one of the bedrooms and Ella looks to her left and one of the chicos had fallen out of his bed and was having a seizure on the floor, and us two plus one other volunteer from Germany ran in and we were holding on to him to stop him smashing against more concrete walls. We're just holding onto him and there's nothing we could do, and we're screaming for the other staff, and they came in and helped us hold him to stop him hurting himself more. We're holding pillows around him. And when it finally finished, he just looked so scared and he started crying, and this poor man was just like lying on the floor.
And the hard thing about it is that this Chico specifically is known for being like the class clown, as it would be, because he's always getting into mischief.
He loves to try and get into the kitchen. He'll vault over the kitchen path and try and steal food. He loves cookies. To see him just so scared, he wanted to get up and go to the bathroom. His body was just so exhausted after this happening that he just couldn't get up, and that freaked him out even more, and he was bedridden for like a couple of days. We asked, is this normal? Does this happen normally to the staff? And they said, well, usually they have medication to stop their seizures, but they just hadn't had enough donations to buy the medication necessary. These people already have sad enough lives.
That was the one moment for me that lit the fire to try and give everything to this place that I can.
There's no other place in Argentina that does this.
No.
We asked where other people go, other disabled people in the country, and it was an interesting answer. They just kind of said they disappeared. There's nowhere for them to go. The heart that some of these staff have for the people in Casa Cinco, the disabled house, is incredible. If there's no food one day, out of their own pocket, they will go and buy food for the people. And in this economic crisis, sometimes it does detriment on their own families, and sometimes it does mean that they've got not much food on their own table for their own kids. Even when they have so little, they are willing to give up that little for these people that have even less. I just keep saying incredible, but like there's no other word that explains it. Sometimes when it's a really cold day, which already there've been a few days like that, not even beginning to be winter, they have to bring all the chicos into this small hallway so that they can be warm enough for the day.
They've got one heater that they want to be able to turn on, but because of the economic crisis,
it all affects everything.
It's just like a feedback loop of like, okay, so we don't have money, so that means we can't turn this on, we can't do this, we've got to,
Then we can't pay our employees so much. The people that work here have a small income. They're choosing to give up stability for their own family to work here.
What this place needs, it's the constant supply of medication, the constant supply of food, and heat, especially in winter.
For example, the powdered milk that they use for the children comes donated from the hospital here. Some weeks they can't spare some.
We've been dealt a lot of great privilege to be able to have the opportunity to donate our own time here.
Yeah.
And we know that it just makes everything so much easier for the already existing staff.
Where you can spend time cutting the vegetables, that frees them up to be able to spend time with the kids or with the chicos and give them time to make their lives happier. The strength of the New Zealand dollar, for us, we earn a lot more, but everything's a lot more expensive. If we were able to bring money from New Zealand and give it here, it can make so much more of an impact.
Our experience here has been amazing because we've been subjected to true joy, but we've also been subjected to a lot of harsh reality here.
We want to give back.
We would like to donate a lump sum of money to this organisation once our time is up here.
We aren't able to stay here forever, so we want to be able to extend our hand longer than the time that we can physically be here. We want to be able to extend our giving to them as far as possible.
To do that, we would like to donate money. This message is for our whānau in New Zealand
and overseas. Anyone that sees this, we would really, really love and appreciate any donation that we are able to get. We've set up a Give a Little page where you can donate to our cause. If you are willing to just not have a coffee tomorrow and donate $4.50, we will be eternally grateful. If you can donate $10, if you can put in $100, if you can put in $1, it still makes a difference. Anything, we would be really, really appreciative if we can make this go as far as possible.
The staff would be the chicos that makes their lives easier.
To know that we can leave and know that they will be okay for a lot longer.
Yeah.
And we know we can't help forever, but we want to help as much as we can. If you feel like you can't give anything, you can give us the help of sharing this video. So let's see what us in New Zealand or any of our overseas friends, what we can do.
Aroha nui, mucho amor, lots of love, and thank you.
Thank you so much.